Have you ever felt like you're giving everything you have, yet still feel overlooked or underappreciated? You pour your time, energy, and resources into others expecting a fair return, but what do you get? A sense of emptiness, a feeling of being taken for granted. This is the dangerous cycle of overgiving. You may think you're being kind, helpful, and generous, but at what cost? If you're constantly giving, where do you have time to replenish yourself? Where's the respect for what you've done? In today's world, the more you give, the more others expect. And that's where things start to fall apart. Overgiving doesn't just drain you, it can make others start to overlook you, lose respect for you, and take advantage of your kindness. And the worst part, it affects your sense of self-worth. Your confidence begins to crumble, and your energy is zapped, leaving you feeling unappreciated. But here's the truth, it doesn't have to be this way. The solution is simple, and it starts with one powerful word: boundaries. How often do you give more than you can afford, hoping that your kindness will be returned? This might seem like the right thing to do, but it's a trap. When you overgive, you unknowingly diminish your value. People stop appreciating what you're doing because they've come to expect it. They take your kindness for granted, and they no longer see it as something special. Over time, you start to feel exhausted, unappreciated, and even resentful. It's like giving a gift and receiving nothing in return. Over and over again. Your time and energy are precious, and when you give too much without boundaries, you not only deplete your resources, you lose your self-respect. So ask yourself, are you giving too much? And if you are, what's the hidden cost of that generosity? The more you give, the more people expect. Have you noticed that? It's like a never-ending cycle. You pour your time, your energy, and your resources into others, but instead of being grateful, they start to take it for granted. The respect you deserve slowly fades away, and suddenly, you're the one left feeling drained, used, and unappreciated. It's a cycle that doesn't stop unless you put your foot down. People begin to believe that it's your job to give, and that if you don't, you're being selfish. But let me tell you something, it's not selfish to protect your time, your energy, and your self-respect. In fact, it's necessary for your well-being. When you don't put an end to the cycle of overgiving, you'll continue to feel the effects: exhaustion, frustration, and a diminished sense of self-worth. The consequences of overgiving aren't just external. They can be deeply psychological. Every time you give without receiving, you're telling yourself that you don't matter. You're training your mind to believe that others' needs are more important than your own. This behavior chips away at your self-esteem. Over time, you start to lose confidence and you begin to feel like you're not worthy of respect or care. It's an insidious cycle. When you overgive without boundaries, you're giving away more than just your time or energy. You're giving away your sense of self, and the longer you stay stuck in this pattern, the harder it becomes to break free. But here's the good news: breaking this cycle starts with one simple step: learning to respect yourself enough to set boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your emotional and mental space. They define what is acceptable and what isn't in your relationships. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away, they're about teaching others how to treat you. When you set boundaries, you're telling the world, I value myself, I value my time, I value my well-being. Without boundaries, people won't respect you because they won't know where you stand. They'll continue to take advantage of your kindness, and eventually you'll feel burnt out. Boundaries are essential for protecting your energy and emotional health. They are not walls, they are safeguards for your peace and happiness. Think about it. When you don't have boundaries, people will treat you however they want. You're not teaching them how to treat you, and they'll keep crossing the line. But when you set boundaries, you send a clear message: I won't tolerate disrespect. People respect what you will not tolerate. Boundaries act like a mirror, reflecting how much you value yourself. When you show respect for your own time, your own energy, and your own needs, others will do the same. Boundaries are not just rules for others, they're also a sign of self-respect. Without them, you'll find that others will continue to take advantage of you, but with them, you'll command respect. Setting boundaries isn't always easy, especially if you fear disappointing others. You might worry that people will think you're selfish or unkind, but the truth is, when you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, others will respect you in return. It's not about being harsh or unkind, it's about showing that you are worthy of respect. When you set a boundary, you are telling others that you have a voice, that your needs matter, and that you will not be taken for granted. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is temporary. The self-respect and confidence you gain from setting healthy boundaries will last a lifetime. You don't need permission to set boundaries, you just need to do it. People-pleasing is a trap. It's the constant need to make others happy at the expense of your own happiness. You give and give, hoping for approval or recognition, but it never feels like enough. People-pleasing doesn't earn you respect. It earns you exploitation. The more you please others, the more they expect and the less they respect you. It's time to break free from this cycle. You don't need others' approval to feel valued. The key to respect is not seeking validation from outside sources. It's about validating yourself from within. Your self-respect starts with how you treat yourself. If you constantly put others' needs before your own, you're sending a message to yourself that you don't matter. But when you treat yourself with kindness and respect, others will follow your lead. If you respect yourself, others will have no choice but to respect you too. It all begins with your mindset. If you see yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see you the same way. It's not arrogance, it's self-care. And it's the foundation of all healthy relationships, both with yourself and others. Stop waiting for others to validate you. You are the one who gets to determine your worth. When you stop seeking approval from others, you take back control of your life. Your worth isn't up for negotiation, and it certainly isn't determined by how others treat you. It's about how you treat yourself. The moment you stop relying on external validation, you'll feel a freedom you've never known. You will begin to command the respect you've always wanted, not because others give it to you, but because you've decided you deserve it. Respect is not something you can beg for or demand. It's something you earn. It's earned through your actions, your decisions, and how you carry yourself every single day. If you're waiting for others to respect you first, you'll be waiting forever. But when you respect yourself, when you set boundaries and stand firm in your values, respect will naturally follow. It's not about what others think, it's about what you think of yourself. If you consistently show up for yourself, others will start to recognize that respect is non-negotiable. Respect doesn't happen overnight. It's built through consistency. Think about it, you can't expect others to respect you if you don't show them that you respect yourself day in and day out. The way you carry yourself, the way you stand up for yourself, and the way you set boundaries all contribute to the respect you receive. Consistency is the key. If you're wishy-washy with your boundaries, people won't take you seriously. But when you show up every single day as the person who values themselves, others will start to respect you more. Consistency is not about perfection, it's about showing up for yourself day in and day out without apology. The best way to earn respect is to lead by example. Treat yourself with respect, and others will follow your lead. When you set boundaries, stand firm in your values, and consistently prioritize yourself, you show others how to treat you. Respect isn't something you demand, it's something you model. People will treat you the way you treat yourself. Lead with strength, with integrity, and with a deep sense of self-respect. And watch as others begin to mirror that back to you. The first step toward gaining respect is setting clear boundaries. Know what you're willing to accept and what you're not. Boundaries are not walls, they're guidelines for how others should treat you. When you establish your limits, you take back control of your time, energy, and emotional well-being. And the best part, when you set boundaries, you'll immediately feel more empowered. You will feel stronger, more confident, and more in control of your life. Respect doesn't come by chance, it comes from consistency. The way you treat yourself and the boundaries you set must be upheld every day. Consistency is key in teaching others how to treat you. If you are inconsistent with your boundaries, others will walk all over them. But if you show up every day as someone who values themselves, others will start to respect you more. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself day in and day out without apology. Stop looking for validation from others. You don't need anyone's approval to know that you're worthy. When you start validating yourself, you become your own biggest supporter. You stop seeking external praise and start building an internal foundation of self-worth. And when you respect yourself, others will have no choice but to do the same. You don't have to tell people to respect you. You show them. When you lead by example, others will follow suit. Treat people with respect, set your boundaries, and honor your self-worth, and you'll attract the respect you deserve. Your actions will speak louder than words ever could. Today is the day you take control. You no longer have to be stuck in the cycle of giving too much and getting too little in return. You are worthy of respect, and it's time to demand it. Don't wait another day to start valuing yourself and setting boundaries. This is your life, and the change begins with you. Take the first step towards transforming how others see you by first transforming how you see yourself. Your respect is yours to command. Begin by setting boundaries, valuing yourself, and demanding the respect you deserve. The choice is yours. Make it count. You've probably been there before, constantly giving, constantly showing up, always the one that others turn to. It feels good at first, doesn't it? You're helping others, You're being there when they need you and you feel like you're making a real difference. But here's the thing. When this becomes the norm, it starts to lose its power. The people around you begin to expect it. They begin to take you for granted. And what happens when they start to expect? You become invisible. You become the person they rely on without ever considering the toll it takes on you. That expectation, it's not a sign of respect, it's a sign that you're being used. And the longer you let it go on, the harder it becomes to break free from it. In the beginning, generosity feels like a gift. You're giving because you want to, because it feels right. But over time, that giving starts to feel like a burden. You give, and yet the thanks and gratitude seem to dry up. Suddenly, it's not about appreciation anymore, it's just about what you can do for others. And that's when the disrespect starts to creep in. When you no longer get the recognition you deserve, you start to feel like your efforts are going unnoticed. You start to feel invisible. You start to feel like you're pouring your energy into a bottomless pit, and no one even notices the drain. This is where the cycle becomes dangerous. It's easy to ignore, to push it aside, to think that maybe it's just a phase. But it's not. It's a pattern. And the more you give, the more it erodes your self-worth. Ever notice that the more you do for others, the less they seem to appreciate it? It's like the law of diminishing returns. At first, your acts of kindness are met with gratitude and appreciation, but as you continue to give, that appreciation fades. People start to take you for granted. You start to feel like you're no longer seen for the value you bring. Instead, you become a tool, an endless source of help without anyone recognizing the cost to you. The more you give, the less they acknowledge. The more you sacrifice, the more they expect. And it's exhausting. You're tired, frustrated, and worst of all, disrespected. Your value is no longer tied to who you are or what you bring. It's tied to how much you can give. And that's not how respect works. So, how much longer are you willing to let this cycle continue? How much longer will you let yourself be taken for granted? When will you finally decide to put a stop to it? When will you say enough is enough? The truth is, this cycle won't end until you make the choice to change it. You deserve more than to be the one who gives and gives without ever receiving what you're truly worth. It's time to break free from this pattern and start demanding the respect you deserve. The choice is yours, but it starts today. Boundaries are not about building walls. They're about drawing a line, about deciding what you'll tolerate and what you won't. When you say no, it's not about rejecting others, it's about declaring your own worth. It's a statement that says, I respect myself enough to protect my time and energy. Every time you say no, you're making room for the things that truly matter. You're saying yes to your peace, your goals, and your needs. Without boundaries, respect slips away. If you don't establish where you stand, people will keep taking. And with every demand they place on you, your value diminishes. Your energy gets drained. Your time gets wasted. The worst part? You let it happen. Boundaries aren't just something you enforce for defense. They're a way to teach people how to treat you. If you don't set clear lines, others won't know where the line is, and they'll cross it without hesitation. The moment you decide to set your boundaries, you set the tone for how others will treat you. You become the one in charge of the narrative, not the one constantly reacting to others. Let me paint a real picture for you. Imagine you're facing a tight deadline at work. Your to-do list is already overwhelming. Then a colleague walks in and asks for your help on something that's not urgent at all. Now, what's your gut reaction? Say yes, right? You want to help. But here's the truth, saying no in this moment isn't selfish. It's smart. It's about respecting your own time, your own limits, and prioritizing what matters most. That no is your way of showing that your work, your goals, and your peace of mind come first. And that's not just important for you, it's a lesson for others too. Now let's be real. When was the last time you said no and felt empowered by it? Not guilty, not conflicted, empowered. That moment of standing firm, of respecting your limits, that's the real power. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're survival. They're what allow you to show up for others, not as a drained, burnt-out version of yourself, but as someone who's full, someone who values their own time and energy. It's time to start saying no to what drains you and yes to what elevates you. When you do, you'll discover just how much more respect you'll gain from others and from yourself. It's time to break free from the cycle of trying to please everyone around you. How many times have you stretched yourself thin trying to make everyone happy, only to feel exhausted and unappreciated at the end of the day? You can't pour from an empty cup. The real change, the breakthrough moment, happens when you shift your focus from how others see you to how you see yourself. When you stop living for approval and start living for your own fulfillment, that's when you begin to reclaim your power. True self-respect begins when you start treating yourself with the same care and kindness you show others. Think about it. You give and give your time, your energy, your love, but how often do you turn that same generosity inward? If you're constantly giving to others while ignoring your own needs, you're sending a message to yourself that you don't matter. It's time to change that story. It's time to start valuing yourself the way you value those around you. Treat yourself with kindness. Be patient with yourself. Speak to yourself with encouragement, not criticism. When you change the way you treat yourself, everything else starts to change too. Stop seeking validation from others. Your worth doesn't depend on anyone else's opinion of you. You are enough, just as you are. When you realize that you set the standard for your own value, you take back control of your life. No one else gets to define you. You decide who you are, what you're capable of, and what you deserve. When you stop seeking approval, you stop handing over your power to someone else. The way you treat yourself sets the tone for how others will treat you. If you walk through life expecting others to value you, but never valuing yourself first, you'll always come up short. But when you make the decision to value your time, your energy, your needs, you teach the world how to treat you. Respect starts with you. Are you done being the person who is constantly taken for granted? Are you ready to stop feeling invisible, like your needs don't matter? The power to change this dynamic is in your hands. It's all about making the shift from people-pleasing to self-pleasing, from seeking validation to claiming your own worth. So let's take this step together. Let's begin this journey today. You deserve to be treated with the same respect and care you give to others. Let's make that a reality. Respect starts with you. Let me tell you something, if you don't respect yourself, no one else will. It's simple, but it's powerful. When you begin to genuinely respect yourself, others have no choice but to follow suit. You can't demand respect if you're not willing to show yourself the same respect. It's not something you beg for. It's something you earn and command through your actions and choices. The way you treat yourself sends a message to the world. You want respect? Start by giving it to yourself. But respect doesn't happen overnight. It's earned through consistency. It's about the small, everyday decisions that reinforce your boundaries. It's about saying no when you need to, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about standing firm in your worth, even when the world around you tries to pull you down. Every time you make a choice that honors yourself, you're building respect brick by brick. And over time, that respect will grow. But you have to stay consistent. Think about a leader you admire. Maybe it's someone in your life or someone you've only read about. They don't apologize for prioritizing themselves. They set firm boundaries and make decisions that serve their own needs, not just others. They don't ask for respect. They demand it through their actions. Their presence commands respect because they understand the importance of showing up for themselves. This is what you need to do too. Be that leader in your own life. Respect is like a plant. It needs care and attention, but it also needs space to grow. If you crowd it, it will suffocate. But when you tend to it with the right balance, it blossoms into something powerful. You can't rush respect, and you can't force it. But when you nurture it, when you consistently choose to respect yourself, it will grow strong. And soon, it will become something everyone around you can see and feel. How long will you wait for others to start respecting you? What if the key is not waiting at all, but choosing to command that respect every single day through how you show up for yourself? The power is in your hands. It's time to stop asking for respect and start commanding it. Are you ready to make that shift? The hardest step is always the first one. But let me tell you something, once you establish your limits, everything changes. You don't have to be at the mercy of everyone else's demands. Learning to say no without guilt is a superpower. When you put your well-being first, you reclaim control over your life. Your time, your energy, your focus, they're all yours to protect. Boundaries are not walls, they're the lines you draw to safeguard your peace, your progress, and your self-respect. So make the decision today, what are you willing to tolerate, and what are you ready to leave behind? Respect is built through consistency. It's not a one-time act, it's a daily practice. Don't let anyone manipulate you into breaking your boundaries. It might feel uncomfortable at first. People might push back, but standing firm, no matter how hard it gets, is what teaches others how to treat you. If you keep bending, people will keep pushing. But when you stand firm, when you hold your ground, people will start to learn what they can and can't get away with. And that respect you've been craving, it's on the other side of consistency. Shift your mindset from seeking approval to validating yourself. Stop looking for others to tell you your worth. That cycle of seeking validation, It's draining, and it's never enough. When you start validating yourself, when you stop depending on someone else's opinion to feel good about who you are, you break free. You take back control of your self-worth. You start living for you, not for the approval of others. And that, my friend, is where real freedom begins. You want respect? Start by showing yourself the respect you deserve. Lead by example. When you treat yourself with dignity, when you honor your boundaries, when you make decisions that align with your values, others will notice. You'll inspire them to treat you the way you've been treating yourself. It's simple, it starts with you. Every time you stand up for yourself, celebrate it. Even the small wins matter. Each time you say no, each time you make a choice that serves you, that's a victory. Recognize it. Celebrate it. The more you celebrate your progress, the stronger you get. The more you see your own strength, the more empowered you become. Stop waiting for permission. Your respect, your energy, your life, they're yours to command. Don't wait for someone to give you the go-ahead. Take action now. Draw those boundaries, stand firm in your decisions, and show the world what happens when you decide to respect yourself. The power to shape your future has always been within you. It's time to step into it. It all starts with you. Enough with tolerating disrespect, overgiving, and constantly trying to please everyone around you. You deserve better. You deserve to be treated with the same care, respect, and kindness you offer others. It's time to stop waiting for change and start creating it. It's time to set the standard for how others treat you. Your boundaries are the foundation for everything that follows. When you protect them, you protect your peace, your energy, and your worth. This is your life, your time. Don't wait any longer to step into the respect you deserve. You are the only one who can change how others treat you. And the good news? You don't need anyone else's approval to do it. You have the power to take control of how people treat you, and that power begins the moment you make the decision to act. The longer you wait, the more you give away pieces of yourself that should be yours to protect. Right now, make the decision. Choose the boundaries you will set. Decide what you won't tolerate any longer. Whether it's saying no more often, protecting your time, or refusing to be anyone's doormat, you have the power to make those decisions. This is your chance to become someone who commands respect, not through demands or expectations, but through earned self-respect. The more you give, the less they respect you, unless you decide to change it. Today is the day. Step up and make it happen. You are worth it. Take charge of your boundaries, your energy, and your respect. Because the moment you do, you'll not only change how others treat you, you'll change how you treat yourself. Make today the day that everything shifts.